Guys, we're going on Chit Chat Chop and we're kind of stressed out a little bit. We haven't cooked much recently, so we're trying to flip up a few things here and we're trying to get some stuff. I'm going to try and make a stew today, just to kind of get our hands dirty and kind of figure out what we're supposed to be doing. Like, Sarah doesn't cook very much and we'll just kind of get some stuff like that goes in, like that, right? Hopefully it turns out.
Well, Patty, you've got your work cut out for you.
We'll just, in goes the beef.
In case you're wondering, we're Sarah and Brent from Dashboard Living, and we're super pumped to be joining Chit Chat Chop this week for some lessons. Because somebody in here needs some.
Facebook Live here at Kitchen Door Catering. We are in a new space tonight. We call this Studio B, which is the pastry department, because we had a great event out front tonight. But we are here with some fine folks from Dashboard Living. We have Sarah and Brett. Woo, woo, woo! And we've already been chatting and talking and drinking. We're good. We're having a nice time. So welcome.
Thank you very much.
Quiet. We were just all chatty and now you're
I know, now we're all clam.
Now we clam up.
Clam.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
thank
really
you
excited
for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, I follow you. You come up in my feed a lot, so I'm always intrigued to where you're now and what location you're going to next and what business. I saw you at the Trail Shop a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
So thanks for coming on. It's super exciting.
We're pumped. This is awesome.
And we reached out, as we do with any of our Chit Chat Chop guests, and we said, what would you like to cook? Is there anything? And they said they had a lot of followers that were keto. And we have done some keto stuff on the show, because there's a lot of people on keto.
Yep.
And so one of the things that a lot of people on keto struggle with is carbohydrate replacement. So they still want to have like the breads and the biscuits and the pancakes, but it's really hard to do that on keto. So we are doing a paleo keto pancake with squash and coconut flour and an almond butter drizzle. So we're just making it all up. It's going to be delish. And Adam's got the handy camera work happening tonight. Cool. All right, so we've got the griddle going to go here, and then we've got some squash that we've already cooked off. So this is just butternut squash that we've cooked and then just sort of mashed up, and it's going to sort of help us keep the pancakes nice and light. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Brent always has a hard time picking butternut squash. Sometimes he comes home with spaghetti squash instead.
Yeah,
they're not
struggling with
anywhere
all
near
the
the
squash
same.
it's just all in a big huge
If it's a
mound.
squash, it
So
counts.
it just says squash, so I just grab one, whatever it is, and just come home with it.
Yeah. Or if I put it on the grocery list and my husband goes, he just doesn't come home with it. He's like, I don't like squash, so that's not happening. Ew, I forgot to buy that, sorry. Cool. So we're going to basically make a batter. We're going to do it just like a traditional pancake, and then we're going to make a little bit of a high-fat syrup, which is your almond butter, your coconut oil, and we're going to sweeten it up with a little stevia.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool. All right. So you can do the batter. I'm just going to stand in the middle and drink wine.
All right.
That really works well
Me
for me.
too.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got about a cup of squash in here, which again is cooked and mashed. We're going to add 4 eggs to that.
4 eggs. Do we crack
So
them?
crack, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did see your little blurb with the pot. Yes, we do crack them. Just put the shells right back in the bowl. And yeah, so, I mean, you guys do so many things. I mean, I've looked at your page. It's not like you do one thing. You do so many things. So tell me about what you guys do and tell our audience about what you do. And, obviously you love your job. I mean, it's very exciting.
We have a pretty fun job. We have a travel blog. That is a big part of what we do, but not only what we do.
Yeah.
So probably our favorite part is making videos and creating content.
Yeah.
We work with brands and tourism boards and all that sort of jazz. But we also do some behind the scenes stuff. We do personal brand photography for people.
Okay,
Consulting.
so how did you go from where your former life was
Oh yeah,
to this life?
it was not anything near what this is.
Was this the path that you had planned?
Nope, I was a massage therapist.
Oh, okay. Oh, she has many skills.
She does.
Doesn't she?
So many skills.
It still cost me $80 to get a massage. That's no joke. Or at least a couple nights out, or maybe dinner.
Or something.
Something I have
Yeah.
to
Actually, Brent always had an idea. He always wanted to start like a travel and apparel company.
Okay.
And I thought, well, that's great, but we should start a blog if you're going to do that because we need to build an audience
Build
to
a
sell
brand.
travel and apparel to.
Yes.
And then the blog just sort of
Took- yeah,
happened.
It happened and it took off and it started having a lot more success than we anticipated at the time.
Yeah.
And we used to do a lot of really cool stuff. Like we used to do a lot of day trips. We used to do a lot of different things
Before this.
And a lot of our friends and family said, well, kind of, you should document some of
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Take some pictures. You'd have some nice pictures. We take a little video. We do all that type of stuff. And we just wanted to
Stir your
just keep
batter.
stirring. we wanted to actually do some of this stuff and be able to showcase some
Yeah.
stuff. And so as it took off and we gained some attention and
You have a great group of followers.
we do.
Engaged followers,
the best
right? Yeah.
followers.
Yeah.
They're
And-
so awesome.
And to be able to showcase some of these cool experiences that we are and be able to provide some resources for somebody else is pretty rewarding.
You know, you
for
did a
us.
thing on hikes the other day. I was like, oh, those
Did.
You know, I was like, that's the kind of information that you need, right?
Yep.
You can't just look up in a guidebook and say, okay, yeah, I think I want to do this, right? So, and you engage back in all your comments, so it's really, really
And
nice.
we try to be
We try to be useful.
useful and very
It's
honest
an
about it.
important thing to be useful.
Useful and
No,
honest.
That is a great thing.
Indispensable.
And I will definitely say if I don't like a hike, right?
Which is all
yeah,
the
which is
hikes.
most of them. Anything that doesn't end in pancakes and sausages at the end, or some
Some
sort of
sugar
breakfast,
bars,
or beer or something, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But
Or wine.
or wine,
Right?
wine. Yeah, we
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
cans of wine sometimes. I guess. Cans of
They
wine.
make canned wine and little box wine now that you can hike
do.
with. It's very handy.
Tetra wine, I call
They
it.
also make these little glass bottles. They're about this big, and they say Fireball on the front. Excellent for hiking.
Again, a useful tip. A useful
Useful
tip.
tip.
All right, so we've got our 4 eggs in here, and then what we've got is we've got a cup of coconut flour and half a cup of tapioca flour. So
Okay.
these are two alternatives that are used in keto baking all the time. If you do a fathead dough or any kind of keto, good night, Kathy. If you have any kind of any sort of carb replacement in keto, you're going to use these kinds of flours, and you can get them at the natural food section at any of the main grocery stores or the organic market, like Bob. I think it's Bob Red Mills or
Yeah,
Red
yeah.
Mills. Yeah, they have like full lines of all of this stuff. So we're just going to add that right in. There's nothing amazing about this recipe. It's pretty simple.
This is really good because I've tried to cook with coconut flour before, and it does not go that well for me.
Well, I think you don't sift it enough.
What do you mean?
Oh, look.
Come on now, you gotta sift. This is all pre-sifted.
We're gonna add. I'm not getting involved in that. There's a little bit of salt, and then we've got about a half a teaspoon of baking soda, which we're gonna add in, and then we've got some cinnamon and some cardamom. And you could put any kind of those like pumpkin-y spice if you want. Any of those sort of fall flavor spices, you can throw those in there.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put a little vanilla. Now we have vanilla bean paste, which
Oh,
at
cool.
Kitchen Door is not keto friendly, but we're gonna pretend it's keto friendly tonight. It does have a little sugar in the paste, but if you use straight vanilla extract at home, this is $156 a bottle.
Wow.
That's what vanilla paste costs. It's very expensive.
Wow.
But we're just gonna put a tiny little bit
So
in.
it's magic.
It is magic. The cost of vanilla has been ridiculous in the
Yeah.
last 3 or 4 years.
knew that.
When we, like, I think 4 years ago, this was $50. Like, it's 3
Wow.
times the price. But it's super concentrated, and it's going to give that nice little sweet flavor. So that's it.
I was going to say something really funny there.
Oh, were you?
Do you think that's something to do with the tariffs? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Plans before the tariffs, and we are not talking about that on Chit Chat Chop. It is not happening. We talked about that a little earlier.
couldn't
He
resist.
I couldn't resist.
You shouldn't have said anything.
So we're gonna add about, and this is just a visual. I like a little bit of a thinner pancake, so let's start with 3/4 of a cup of milk in there.
She says that she free pours 3/4 of a cup.
Pretty
Really,
much.
really good.
Yeah, this is all. I love it when they say it's a glass of wine, and you get it in the restaurant. It's like this much. You're like, that's not really a glass.
That's the only good thing about drinking wine in pubs. The pub pour. Right to the
It's
top.
high, or you get the little minuscule glasses that you like. You're like, okay, at least it's full to the top, right? The Legion glasses, I call it.
Sarah likes the lines on the glass.
I hate that.
Oh yeah.
So nice to say hello to a couple here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, please.
Anita Cody.
Hey,
So
girls.
excited to hear Jeff Babineau.
Jeff.
Oh.
Arlene Nodler.
Our peeps.
Hello.
Oh, your
Ray
peeps.
Poole, Diane Buckley. says
Joni
hello.
Ray. Hi, Diane from Moncton.
Gluten-free as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
and yeah, totally gluten free.
Oh, yeah.
And Keith, the master,
Sweet.
my best friend these days, all days, but
Stream
really
Financial.
these days. Stream Financial. CFO for hire. He's amazing. If you need
Yeah?
him. Yes.
So how's that looking?
So that's looking about right. I might make it. No, here I go back to my milk. I think I might make it a little bit. I tend to like them a little bit runnier than. You know, you ever get those pancakes and like this thick, and you get through one, and you're like, you can't eat anymore.
Oh no, that's never happened to me, Patty. Ever.
All right, so you're good. We're gonna start over here. So this is induction,
Okay.
and we're gonna go to Fahrenheit, and we're gonna put it on pretty low.
That means instantly hot, right?
Yeah, no.
That means you can't really get burned from it if you touch it.
This
with
is
the
good because
bottom,
I have a
right?
bunch of these at home and I don't know what to do with
Okay,
them.
so that is a really great keto fat. So coconut butter, which is very different from coconut milk.
Yeah.
You can buy it in little packets at the grocery store, but you can also buy it in like an 8-kilogram tub off Amazon, which is a way, if you're doing a lot of keto baking, that tub will...
8 kilograms.
I know, but like if you're doing a lot of like, fat bombs and stuff, that's the place to buy, because these will add up. So, but coconut is naturally sweet. So one thing I like about if you're trying to replace a syrup, you want something that's slightly sweet, but it's also great fat. So it works really, really well. So it just comes in a little bag, and we're just literally gonna put like a couple tablespoons in, right on the bottom, and then the rest just we're gonna seal that up after and put it in the fridge.
Just a minute.
Yes, and then we have a couple tablespoons of butter, which you need for pancakes.
Butter
right?
is my favorite food.
Butter. And then this is almond butter. If you want to add that into your pot.
All of it?
All of it. Which again is super
I can
healthy
free
fat,
pour.
your protein, all of that. Free pour, yeah. Free pour, she's in it.
Look, perfectly measured.
Perfectly measured. Ginger, I don't have a spatula. Could you get me a spatula?
Spatula? Alright, I get
Where's Ginger? She's gone. She just
Ginger.
don't get
The meatloaf.
Oh, okay. Are you? So we're here. Okay, perfect. They left us here. Okay, so
Do I use this?
you could use that. I'm just worried that it's going to gum up and you're going to get it all over your
So I'm
pretty
gonna use-
apron.
No,
they're
I'm
going to
gonna
get us
use
a
a
spatula.
spatula. That's what we
the
were
whole
just
deal.
yelling
Go
about.
send them to do stuff. All right, I got it. So coconut oil is another thing. So again, you could put butter on this, but again, butter tends to burn.
Yep.
So I tend to use coconut oil because again, it adds a little bit of that coconutty sweetness, which this helps. Oh my gosh, that's okay. That is a flipper. That is-
Mammoth.
That's the closest one I
This is a spatula.
A mammoth.
Oh, really? I thought that was a
Silicone
spatula too.
spatula.
I would have got that too.
Yeah, would you?
Exactly.
Yeah, you need ginger.
No, don't worry about it. Well, you just use the spoon. Use this.
It's fine.
Yeah, so it just is going to melt gently, right?
Yeah.
And we'll just leave it on 140. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of coconut butter, and I don't have a spoon, so we're just going to use my finger and drop that on there.
Coconut oil, right?
This is coconut oil. Yeah.
Don't
You
worry.
know, like one of these. Ginger's like, what?
To me, that's a
That's a spatula. That
No,
is
it's a
that is
flipper.
spatula.
So as we wait for this, so what else? So that you've got all sorts of fun things. You just came home from, well, not home, but you came back from Ontario.
Yep.
You were doing something cool there. What was that project about?
We went.
Go
on,
to-
buddy.
We went to do a wandering route through Ontario Highlands.
Is that like a hike, but it's a better term for it?
It's a road trip itinerary.
Yeah.
They have them all pre-planned out. Like you take a little quiz, it tells you what kind of traveler you are, and then it suggests these different. They call them wandering routes.
Okay.
So
And you like that?
locations.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a
And
lot
how-
of fun.
Is it was like a day trip kind of thing?
3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
Yep.
Yeah. It was really fun because I think like we plan our own itineraries a lot, but every now and then somebody else does it. And that's always cool because you end up trying things that you wouldn't normally try.
Yeah,
So some of
true.
the things I was like, oh no, this is going to be terrible. And I ended up really liking them.
Oh,
So-
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna use. You could use an ice cream scoop. That's what we're gonna use, but even you can use that, and then you can use a teaspoon, and we're gonna make them. And we're just gonna pat them down. So you can put probably 3 more on there, and then once they sort of bubble up and cook, we'll flip them over. So this is super easy. You could make these in large batches and freeze them, and then reheat them in tin foil in the oven.
In tin foil.
Yeah, so tin foil, and if you have parchment, I usually put a little bit of parchment around them, and then tin foil, and they'll sort of steam when you heat them.
Cool.
And then you don't have to
Pro
make fresh pancakes every morning. So if you want your kids to have, good, and there's a lot of protein in this in the morning too, right? If you're not filling your kids with a ton of sugar, so it's a good breakfast,
Yeah.
preschool. Look at you go.
I know.
Perfectly portioned.
Brent's
Like you've
actually
done
a
this
really
before.
good cook.
Yep.
He's lying about not being a good cook.
Question,
So
Adam?
I think we should say hi to Instagram because there is a
Hi,
few people
Insta.
following. So we have Calvin Pierce here.
Hey,
we have
Graham.
Fishing with AC Taylor is on the road.
Cool.
He's gonna come check us out. Facebook, we have Charlotte Llewellyn from Moncton. We have
Charlotte!
Chardonnay, Arlene, Stacey McNutt from Truro.
Cool. Hey, girl.
All kinds of cool
Awesome.
people.
Cool.
Checking to see if Sarah can actually cook.
They
She's
already
cooking.
know.
Look, she's
No,
cooking.
She's stirring. She's
I'm
stirring.
winning
Not
at this
cooking.
sauce.
Don't burst your bubble.
Shut up, Brent.
So, where are you off to next? What's next on the agenda?
What's next? We have some local projects, so that'll
Okay.
be really fun. We're actually doing a project with the town of New Glasgow.
The happening town of New Glasgow?
Yes.
I actually really like New Glasgow.
Oh, I like
have
New
an aunt
Glasgow
that lives there.
too.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a great spot.
There's some cool things there that people don't necessarily know about, so that'll be fun. And we're really finishing up a lot of projects from the summer, and then we're probably heading south.
Oh, I know she says
Yep.
it like, oh, we're probably heading south.
darn it.
We're also
Darn
we're also going to recap a little bit of some of the Halloween haunts that Sarah loves so much.
I love haunted houses.
Do you like it? Okay.
So much.
Halloween, best costume for you. Like, what was your best costume ever?
I don't really know. I don't care for the costume thing.
So, what do you like?
I
about
like
it
to
then?
be scared to hell. Like, I like to
Oh.
be terrified.
I hate the holidays.
What's the scariest movie ever?
The classics. For sure, the classics. Like, well, I did like it. I also liked the remake. But
I
things
never
like The
watched that.
Exorcist and all the, like, Freddy Krueger. Like, I binge watched Friday the 13th movies when I was, like, 7.
I watched all
love
the
them.
Freddy Kruegers.
I love
I don't
them.
think I could watch one now, though.
I wanted to marry Freddy Krueger when I was little.
Oh my gosh.
I would sooner get dressed up and just go to a party.
So, okay, what's your Halloween costume of choice?
The best Halloween costume that I've ever done was I dressed up as Oscar the Grouch.
Well, that's
which,
fitting.
Which was awesome. It is. I had the can and
It is
everything,
so
and
roachy.
it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun.
When I was in my 20s, talk about like horrid Halloween costumes. I thought it was like the most creative. I was like, I'm gonna be so creative. And I was like 21 or 22, and of course everybody goes to the bars, and so I thought I was gonna be Hershey's Kiss, which I was. And I went to the Canadian Tire and I bought one of those, you know, like aluminum fire blankets. Okay. And I made a
That's
giant
good.
Hershey's Kiss, black tights, big giant thing, and a hat.
Yeah.
But you know how effing hot those
It is.
Oh my god, the emergency blanket saved your
I
life.
was down. Like, I had it on for about 45 minutes, and I had to rip it off and wear a sweatshirt and leggings. It was awful.
Yeah, they are hot. I've been in an
So is a
emergency
felt
blanket.
Oscar costume. That's really
I bet that's really hot, too.
The green felt, yeah.
Yeah, Patty is done with Halloween costumes. All right, so these are pretty. I'm gonna say they're pretty set. They don't quite bubble the way you're getting a little bit of
Yep.
bubbling here. Like regular gluten pancakes, you're gonna get a lot of bubbles, but
Gluten thing.
gluten, non-keto, you know, original pancakes, buttermilk pancakes. Let me see. I think they're ready. So we're just gonna go in one end, and you're gonna flip it over.
Ooh,
Oh,
Again.
Brent,
Okay.
this is a test.
This is
Can you
something-
do it? You can wait a couple more seconds if you want, but you got to get one side and then flip the opposite way.
Oh god.
Oh, look at you! And then you just move. There you go. Can you go to the other side? Can you flip it? Oh! He got it down. He got it down.
That was awesome.
Last time I did that with chocolate, I ruined it all. I was flipping chocolate. Remember when we were at Appleton? I was going through the whole
Oh yeah, we
chocolate
did
thing,
a
and
chocolate making thing and we
I
failed.
flipped it. And,
You failed?
Yeah, there's chocolate all over
We
the
still ate
place.
it.
And they were good.
They were
But
tasted the
Of
same.
course. Cool. Any questions from the audience? From the Facebook? Come on, get over there. Where did Ginger? Ginger just left you. Ginger! Ginger's like, I'm done. I'm done.
You're just enjoying the pancakes. I love the flip.
Yeah, the flip is very good.
It's good.
And like I said, so you could use, I mean, if you were not on keto, but maybe you were more paleo, you could use like sweet potato. Yeah, you could even use like mashed up carrot if you had that. And if you
Potato.
want, you could use potato. Again,
But
not
then
on
that's
keto,
not
but you could
keto,
do
though.
that
Oh,
on
she said you weren't
paleo.
keto.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
were paleo,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But we had to change this over to make it more authentically keto.
They look pretty nice and fluffy.
They actually are. I did a test recipe, and they're quite delicious.
Do these recipes get posted anywhere?
Well, we've struggled with that at Chit Chat Chop. Because a lot of these recipes are up here, and Patty said, and then we're like, we're going to post that, and we never post it.
I'm in the back commenting,
Oh,
listening to
oh,
this
look,
live.
you're just drinking. I can't get my stevia bottle open.
I think that.
Here, where's the muscle of the night?
Muscles. Now I'm never gonna hear the end
Can't
of
do
that.
it.
Bye.
Oh, he did! Okay, so when you want to make things sweet on keto, you have stevia as an option.
Yeah.
You have monk fruit sugar as an option.
Can you find monk fruits around
You
here?
can. I think the bulk barn carries it.
Really?
Yeah.
I have them.
You have some?
I bought mine. I think it was at Sobeys, and it's a box and they're individual portions.
Yeah, you have some in my truck.
Yeah, oh, there you
Because
go.
I've gone looking for it and I can never find it. Though Truro has a slightly different selection than Halifax.
Yeah.
I find it's a better for like a coffee or tea or something than a stevia. Or,
But I mean, most anything is available online on Amazon. I mean, I find Amazon has great keto stuff. I try to buy as much local as
Hey,
possible, but
no.
is she testing?
Cheese, yeah.
That's all right. She's allowed to. That's the whole. You got to taste your
wait till
cooking.
you put the sugar stuff in.
All right, so we're gonna add because we needed to make it sweet. That was Ginger and I taste tested it earlier, and we said
2
So,
syringes.
And in my house, we buy unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Just trying to get kids off sugar, and I just put a couple drops of that in it.
yeah,
And there's no sugar.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a great little trick, I think.
yeah.
You gotta get used to it.
I've had this stevia for like 8 months. So I don't use much.
But that's like a $20 bottle, though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
So it's
like,
50
whatever.
cents worth of sugar. Just
Exactly.
just went in there.
Right?
Can we cost out these pancakes?
Oh look, I'll cost them out for you. They'll be on the agenda. So what else? Anything else you want to mention? I mean, you guys do so many cool things.
I don't know, Brent. What do you
You
think?
come here and drink wine with me. It's very cool.
Wine is
We
good.
do drink a lot.
So you travel a lot, you travel all over the place. Is there, do you each have the place that you eventually want to visit? Like, where's the place for each of you?
I have a long list.
Yeah, Sarah's list grows by
Actually,
4
I've been
places.
dying to do, and this has been on my and our list for a long time, like a big epic cross Canada road trip, like a 4-month, every province, explore our country thing. Also Africa. And
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. I'm more of a Europe type person.
Okay.
So places like Italy, France, those are probably two
Yeah.
spots that I'd like to go check out relatively soon. I like going to warm places from time to time. Not as much. Like I wasn't an all-inclusive person.
Liar.
No, seriously.
I've never been to an all-inclusive. Everybody's like,
All-inclusive?
you have to go.
No.
I'm like, no, that's not
Brent
my thing.
dug his heels in, and I forced him to go last year, and he loved it.
I did. The only
They have their place.
they do, but it's not.
As
there's
in,
not
you
a
don't
lot
have
of
to think about a
exploring.
thing. Just
Right, there
have
was
a
just
cocktail.
I tried to.
Cheers.
I spent too much time at the swim-up bar a couple nights.
Yeah.
And
And then that ruins the rest of it.
Brent
at
was
least
testing
today.
the all you can drink.
All you can drink. I thought they'd try and cut you off, but they don't.
They don't.
No.
They don't. They don't.
I needed help getting home.
All right, can you grab me those plates? Do you mind? We're gonna do a little sample of our keto.
Another one, I think. Is there a place that you think is a hidden treasure that you were surprised how awesome it was that you would tell everyone to go check it out? In the Maritimes.
In the Maritimes, oh gosh, there's so many. Like on every shore, there's so like we really love the South Shore of Nova Scotia. So places like you always hear of Lunenburg, which of course is beautiful, but like Liverpool is awesome, and Yarmouth is awesome, and there's so many. I can't even like. Brent, what would you say?
The best place in the Maritimes?
Hidden treasure.
Hidden gem?
Kitchen door catering.
Yeah,
Hidden gem.
there's many.
There is many. I like.
Some of the beaches we have here are mind-blowing.
We take it for granted though, because we
We
drive
do.
by them and they're so close, and then you know you.
Malignant
I got
Cove.
one. Malignant Cove. I was going to say Pictou Island. Pictou Island is amazing. They will. Yep, it's amazing.
Yep. Pictou Island.
I think we went last year. We had an event tonight in the kitchen with our dear friend Chef Alain, the Keto Chef, who has been on Chit Chat Chop a couple of times. And last year we did a takeover of the Pictou Ferry.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I think we went by Pictou Island. I was
Yeah.
busy down on the deck plating 200 and some odd salads, but
Yeah.
it was an amazing.
It is
yeah.
amazing.
I've never been, but
You
I've
should
only
go.
ferried by it.
It's really, really a cool place. Tancook, Big Tancook was awesome too.
Yeah.
Like we have some really cool islands here, 100
Yeah.
Wild Islands. Like all of those places are quite amazing. And I do think like we have such a diverse range of beaches.
Yeah.
And our hiking is awesome here. Woo, for people that like
For,
that.
yeah. For hiking people, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. If you like that
Yeah,
kind
if
of
you like
thing.
hiking,
You
yeah,
like
if you
that
like
kind of thing.
exercise and stuff, no.
There's so many. There's so many places.
My bucket list is Newfoundland.
You've never been?
No, I've been to St. John's, but I haven't done all the outports. And so we got an RV this summer with the kids, and we've done like weekend trips, that kind of stuff. And I said I'd like to go for 3 weeks, maybe a month, as if I could dream as a business owner to take a month off to go and just haul around and just visit Rosemorne and do all the outports and just see Newfoundland. Ginger's from Newfoundland and her grandparents.
Oh, that's why I liked her so much.
Fogo Island, like her grandmother. So I would love to go and just really visit and really get that, get to see the culture and the people, because I don't think you get it all in St. John's. You get some of it in St. John's,
I
but you
got
don't
my
get all of
spot.
it.
Sable Island. If you have the chance to go to Sable Island,
Brent, that's not fair, because not everybody can go to Sable Island like some people behind this counter.
it is a cool spot. I actually got to go, so it was pretty cool.
You actually can go now.
Yeah.
They do excursions and things there.
They do. They do some cool stuff.
Do they have horses that run free? And
Yes,
stuff?
they do.
Yeah, they have
Wild
between
horses.
400 and 500 horses that are just wild, right?
I read a book, I can't remember the name of it. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, but it's a beautiful book on Sable Island, and it was a fictional. Anyway, it was amazing.
It's about 50 kilometers long, and in
Yeah.
some places it's only like maybe 100 meters across.
So it's
pretty neat.
it's crazy.
It's all grass and sand. It's all beach, so it's a pretty cool spot.
Cool. All right, Patty dumped some butter. Good
I
fat
saw that and I liked it.
on top of our little keto pancake here. Our little keto. I'm gonna a little more because who doesn't need more butter? And then we're gonna add this lovely almond
Professionally
coconut
curated
sauce, which again is full of protein and good fats, all the things that you need on a keto plan if you're doing keto. And even if you're not doing keto, this is a really good alternative. It's not overly sweet. And then we have some, do you mind handing me that little pastry bag there? So we have some whipped cream, which again, add stevia to it, and you can just whip it and add a few drops, and you're good to go. Let me just see if they set me up. They kind of set me up. So we'll just do a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's sliding.
It slides off the almond butter because it's hot. All right. Here you go. Give it a go. Oh, look, I have another one. Good save, huh?
3 second rule.
3 seconds.
I'm
Not
so
on,
excited.
Yeah, no. Not in Studio B, no. Yeah, so try it out. Let me know what you think. Ginger approved earlier, so
If it's
Wow, that's
ginger
really good.
approved.
it's not too bad, eh?
It's awesome.
It has the same texture, which you don't normally get with keto baked goods. You don't normally get that. So you could take the same thing and you could put it in a waffle maker, and you could make keto waffles.
Absolutely.
So that's another one, right?
So on Instagram, I just got a message to Calvin Pierce from Calvin Pierce Auto.
Yeah.
He's in New Brunswick now. He's been with his wife all across Canada for the last 4 months.
Wow.
He'll be back tomorrow.
That's what we want
How
to do.
cool! How
Just saying.
How
cool!
cool.
That's my
He'll-
goal later on. I can't.
He'll
do
have
that
to
now.
send the itinerary to us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we're gonna check it out.
We actually, my kids go to a great little school, and the teacher, one of the teachers this summer, they went all the way to Alberta and back, and they did it. I think it was 5 weeks
Wow.
with 3 kids under the age of 7. I was like, what? But we followed their journey, and they drove massive distances, but they looked like they had a blast. And
Yeah. I've always wanted to
I
do
think
that.
it's a great,
And I think too, when you're a travel writer or travel blogger
I know you hate that
or
term.
whatever,
Oh man.
You must hate the other term,
influencer, we both don't
yeah,
love
I
that
don't like
term,
those
but
That is not a great term to describe.
it's so like presumptuous or something.
Yeah.
Like it's anyway. But I think as a travel blogger, travel person in the media,
person who's very knowledgeable and has lots of things to bring to the table.
we get wrapped up in going like out of country, and I think sometimes it's easy to forget to like, if you have the opportunity to do that kind of travel, to go see your own country. And I haven't seen every province, and neither has Brent.
Yeah.
We've each seen about half
Yeah.
of the country.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. I mean, Heart was sad this year when all the things that happened with Anthony Ray. Parts Unknown is a show that we watch in our house. My kids watch it. Which I know there's F-bombs in it, but they're used to that. But he went to Newfoundland, and and to show, I mean, he said, like, this is, it's an amazing country, and we all take it for granted. And just the same here with Nova Scotia. Parts of New Brunswick, where I'm from, I mean, it's dreamland.
Every place you go, you're like, oh my god, like this is amazing. Even like Brent grew up in Ontario. I always make Ontario-based jokes.
She always
but
makes fun of Ontario.
But
like,
now that we've spent some time,
Ontario's
like
nice.
I'm blown away. Like every province I visit, I'm blown away because
Yeah.
there's so many amazing things.
Sarah really loves the mosquitoes in
I
Ontario.
really hate the mosquitoes.
Like the
Mosquitoes are everywhere. They're here.
They carried me away in Algonquin.
So speaking of travel blogger, like whatever the person is, so Mia's here.
Miss
Our friend
Mia.
Cool.
And when she came here last summer, we brought her here last summer. To your point of discovering how awesome where you live is.
Yeah.
That was part of the thing is showing her. We were going to say, let's go here, and it made me fall in love with Nova Scotia all over.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
You got to go to these
Yeah.
places. You
Yeah.
realize, holy crap, that's
It's
like
right
amazing.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It's really cool.
We totally take it for granted, and we need to do a better job.
We
of-
do.
And sometimes you don't take that opportunity until you're showing somebody else those somebody comes to
Yeah.
visit. Like I was taking Sarah around places where I grew up, and
You've never been.
I had never been in this particular
Particular
place. And I'm
park
like,
or whatever.
Man, I'm like, this place is awesome. You got to go check this out. But I had never
But
been
except
there
I've
myself.
never been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. Even like
Yeah.
restaurants. Yeah.
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 so some of those cool
Wow.
things. But and it's good to have somebody to travel in Sarah's case,
And you
travel
sort of-
with you,
Sorry.
and because
That's not like
this,
me.
This is the trying to cut me off and stuff. Because to do and have some of those experiences and to be able to share them with somebody is kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like we drive across to Ontario every year, and it's about a 16-hour drive.
You gotta like the person you're in the car with.
Precisely a 16-hour drive.
Like,
not a bad-
16-hour drive, and it's like you go across and we do it together and we have all that type of fun. And sometimes it's like you're with a child, and sometimes not so much. Sometimes it's, but it's good
Not
to be
getting
able.
involved.
It's good to have those experiences and have somebody cool to share them with. That's
Yeah.
kind of an awesome thing too,
Yeah.
because then you can bounce those ideas.
And the fact that you're documenting it, whether it's
Yeah.
video or you're writing about it, I mean, the memories and the, like,
Yeah.
I think that's amazing to
It's
have
cool.
all of that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, thank you for coming on Chit Chat
Thanks
Chop.
for having
Awesome,
us.
thanks.
Well,
This
hope
is
that you
awesome.
come back after your
Absolutely.
next journey abroad where they're vacationing for many months and we're all slaving away here at Kitchen Door Catering.
Are
and
we
they can
allowed
come
to
tell
post
us.
this recipe?
I will give you the recipe and you can post it
Awesome.
for their keto lovers.
So I do have a question.
Yeah?
Someone wanted to start the journey of doing what you do. And
How many times do you get that
so
question?
easy.
No, but I mean, there's that, and I
Yeah.
think it's funny when you said, when Patty said it's you're documenting. So whether you're doing it to make a living,
Yeah.
but it's also your films. Like if you go back 40 years, you see the film. You're
Yeah.
creating films if you are
Yeah.
documenting what you do.
For sure.
But you're doing that. You're doing that with your brand and with your kids.
Yeah.
You're carrying on TV. Like, and some people may say, "Oh," but I think it's a fantastic way. I go back. My mom, she might be watching. She might not. There's three. I'm the middle child. You can look back. My mom has like one big photo album from the '70s of my older sister.
Yeah.
And then like 5 pages of me and like 3 pictures of my younger sister. Like you just life gets busy. You don't. And
I'm
so,
the
like,
oldest in my family, so I have a big album.
So you don't get to document.
Yeah.
As much, and I think by having video, I mean, there's lots of other things that happen with it, but I think with video, it's great. Your kids can, the memories, and even just
Yeah, and you can also watch your skills progress, right? Because from the first time
Yeah.
you started doing it, you can keep on getting better
Yeah.
and getting
first
better.
time it was like a 2-day prep out for this. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what am I
and,
gonna do?
and stressful and the whole thing
Yeah.
that goes along with it. And then your equipment that you
Yeah.
use, you get more proficient with it, and things seem to work out well.
For
and
sure. And in terms of, did they ask about like advice if they're
Yeah, if someone started out.
Because I hate not answering a question because I feel like when we started out, now I'm gonna get up on my people. It's very cloak and dagger. It's getting better, but my best advice would be to, if you want to do this, like the travel blogger thing, would be to write for your audience, like not for sponsors or trying to get free trips or whatever, like for the people that you're serving all the time, and to be authentic and tell the truth all the time and to find a mentor. Because to us, like, and I think everybody in the industry, it's tough because if you don't, there's no standards, like there's really no sort of standard practices, so it's hard to know what to do. So one of the best things we did is find people that we're all willing to help each other and sort of share information.
And I would say that is the exact same thing in my business. So, I mean, I couldn't call up my competition and say, "Oh, I'm really struggling with this. I'm trying to
you
become a
help
coach.
me?"
Can you help me?"
They'd
I mean,
be like,
nobody talks
"No."
to anybody. Everybody is very,
Don't tell them. Yeah.
And so I had to go outside of my market, and then as I was mentioning, I'm in a coaching group, and
Yeah.
I'm a member coach, and I mean, they're all over the U.S., and you go, and when you can shed the walls and you can say,
Yeah.
well, these people are not in competition with me,
Yeah.
and it's all good for everybody. The stuff that comes out and
You
the
learn so
Yeah.
fast.
we call them
that way.
$10,000 meetings.
Yeah.
You're not leaving a 2-day meeting with a $10,000 idea or an
Yeah.
implementation, and they do. We have changed people's businesses just because
Yeah.
we can sit at the table and lay all the cards out and give them true, authentic.
Yeah.
And, we
Yeah.
think that's a really bad idea, and this
Yeah.
is why, or we think that's a really great. If you
And
don't have
there's
those
no
sounding
ulterior
boards,
motives. Like people just, if you find the right people, they will help you, and they'll
Yes.
help you in a real, meaningful way, and that has been so valuable.
And I think
Yeah.
the last thing is be passionate about it. If
Yeah.
it's something
Yeah.
you're not passionate about it,
Don't do it.
don't bother. Don't waste your time. Find something.
Says the
else
one
to
who
do.
quit her 9 to 5.
Passion is a big part of it because
It is.
it kind of helps drive you when you're having
When it's
crappy
hard.
days.
And it's hard sometimes.
and it's also, if you're not passionate about it, you're really not authentic about it, right?
No.
Like you're not. People come in and I can talk to people about my brand, and people are like, "Oh, you're such a salesperson." I'm like, no, I'm not. I just really
I'm just
like what I
pumped
do, and
about
I
this.
really like the people that work for
Yeah.
me, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's the short answer.
That's the very
Super
concise
short.
short answer.
Yeah, and,
We'll follow up on that next time with Dashboard Living and Chit Chat Chop, maybe in Studio A.
and before we went live, this conversation was the exact same.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exactly
There's
the
no
same thing.
difference, and you guys
No.
didn't change. It's the same thing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's it, folks. Next week we have Liz from Woozles, which is awesome. Woozles. Do you know what Woozles is?
No, but I.
Oh, it's awesome. Woozles is a children's bookstore.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
And it's been around for many, many, many years.
25-year anniversary. I think.
I was going to say it's 25-year
Wow.
anniversary, and my husband does their IT. He's lovely.
Mhm.
And they're just great. They were a great
Awesome.
small business in Halifax, and we've had to postpone, or Liz had a couple conflicts early on. I think for like maybe the second time we've rescheduled, but we are super excited to have Liz on. And I think next week might even be Chef Andrew. Might be Chef Andrew back at the helm in Studio A.
Oh,
That's
that's one we'll definitely have to check out.
And yeah, so thank you so much. We hope that you'll come
Awesome.
back.
Thank
Will do
you.
for
We'd
sure.
love to.
And we'd love if you have any cool ideas about things you want to do. We're here.
Yeah.
It's a fun. It's a fun.
Pancakes are awesome.
They're so good.
They only ate 2 bites.
I'm
They
gonna
didn't
eat the
love
rest
them.
of mine.
The flip.
Don't feel forced. I'm
No, I
kidding you.
am.
Here, Sarah, I'll flip you another one.
Flip you.
Come here. Here.
No, I want to take a picture of
No,
it.
here.
No, I want to take a
Oh,
picture.
you're hilarious. We have more batter. We can make more.
We can make more.
We'll see you next week. Chit Chat Chop. Thanks for tuning in. Dashboard Living, Sarah and Brett. Whoop, whoop. They're awesome.
Cheers.
Check them out. Cheers.